Jesus was made up. The Bible has no proof. There's nothing to prove the Bible to be something other than a means of control. Everything in the Bible was written by man, so it cannot be true. These were claims made by multiple people who don't believe in the truth of the Bible. So how do we, as Christians, prove that the Bible is true without using the Bible as the basis of truth? The answer lies within three main points: archaeological finds, historical writings, and testimonies of strange miracles and signs. So throughout the series, while the Bible will not be used as the evidence for the proof, it will show when the evidence corroborates with the Bible. However, I encourage everybody to verify what I'm saying instead of just taking my word for it. First up, we have the Tel Dan stele. This was discovered in 1993 in an excavation directed by archaeologist Abraham Farran. It was translated by Joseph Nové, who proved that King David from the Bible was a genuine historical figure and not simply the fantastic literary creation of later biblical writers and editors. And it dates to the 9th century BCE. Next up, we have the Kingdom of Edom. It was mentioned first in Genesis 36:31, which says, "These are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom, before any king reigned over the Israelites." And they became rivals in Numbers 20. Verse 14 says, "Moses sent messengers from Kadesh to the king of Edom. Thus says your brother Israel, you know all the hardship that we have met." Now our fathers went down to Egypt, and we lived in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians dealt harshly with us and our fathers. And when we cried to the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and brought us out of Egypt. And here we are in Kadesh, a city on the edge of your territory. Please let us pass through your land. We will not pass through field or vineyard or drink water from a well. We will go along the king's highway, and we will not turn to the right hand or to the left until we passed through your territory. But Edom said to him, "You shall not pass through, lest I come out with the sword against you." So for a time, historians believe that the kingdom of Edom was exaggerated and too small in numbers to be a vast army. They thought Edom was non-violent and pastoral. Archaeologist Tom Levy of the University of California directed an excavation that led to them finding a copper mining operation that he says could have only been organized in an ancient state or kingdom. And at the site of Kharbet and Nahas, they discovered ground tools that matched the research for Iron Age copper mining, which goes to indicate that they were a military operation. Something else that came from the site was a scarab that had an Egyptian name on it, Pharaoh Sheshonq I. This corroborates with the testimony of the Egyptian takeover mentioned in Malachi 1:1-4. The oracle of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. "I have loved you, says the Lord, but you say, how have you loved us? Is not Esau Jacob's brother, declares the Lord, yet I have loved Jacob. But Esau I have hated, I have laid waste to his hill country and left his heritage to jackals of the desert." If Edom says that we are shattered but we will rebuild the ruins, the Lord of hosts says, "They may build, but I will tear down, and they will be called the wicked country, and the people with whom the Lord is angry forever." Which is interesting because it says the kingdom of Edom was given to the jackals of the desert, which is the kingdom that displays a lot of jackals in their hieroglyphs. Egyptians. And one last thing before I wrap this video up. No one really lived in the kingdom of Edom since then. It has become a wasteland, which is what was foretold in Isaiah 34:8, which says, "For my sword has drunk his fill in the heavens, behold, it descends for judgment upon Edom, upon the people I have devoted to destruction." That will be all for part 1 of the historical proof of the Bible.